6/8 News starts now.
In Baton Rouge, lawmakers are back to work after the Memorial Day holiday.
They're hard at work finalizing bills as the current legislative session winds down.
We have 16 days left.
It's crunch time at the Capitol. For Representative Pat Smith, she's on a mission to better understand the inner workings of the state's registrar of voters' offices. Each parish has one. They register people to vote, work elections, and were the subject of a Lee Zurich investigation earlier this month.
The registrar of voters get to evaluate themselves, and as long as they receive that excellent score, they get a pay raise.
We raised a number of troubling questions, including whether these elective offices have become a lifetime position. Representative Smith wants to create a group to take a closer look. The measure passed the House Committee on Appropriations unanimously.
And we're going to sit in and watch them cut $600 to $700 million in higher education in the last 6-7 years.
As did this bill from Representative D. Richard. He wants to cut personal and consulting contracts and service contracts, and in turn, fund higher education. Richard has the support of the state treasurer.
This bill is about whether we ought to be spending this money to encourage our Hispanic neighbors, for example, to wear their seat belts, or whether we ought to be putting the money into roads or higher education.
Not having the same luck, a bill from Senator Sharon Weston Broome. She says would protect victims of domestic abuse from housing discrimination.
I am committed to work through this particular bill, which I feel is a tool in the toolkit to help remedy that.
The bill has its supporters, like a victim who joined Senator Broome. Debbie Marie says it's about protecting victims first, not landlords.
Is your focus on what you can do for these companies, or is your focus on the one being, kicked and punched and spit on and all that stuff?
And we'll work on it between here and next week.
But the bill was ultimately deferred. Some lawmakers saying it's not ready. Let's do that again. 3, 2. But the bill was ultimately deferred. Some lawmakers saying it's not ready to be taken up by the full House. Senator Broome now waits for another hearing. Also stalling in a committee today was a controversial anti-abortion bill that supporters say would ban abortions based on the gender of the baby. It passed the House floor overwhelmingly 2 weeks ago, but today the Senate committee vote was 2-4, 2 against, meaning the bill will not advance.